Welcome to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision, coming to you live from the Graveyard, home of the Clinton Lady Hawks. This matchup, district rivalry between your Clinton Lady Hawks and the visiting Norris Senators. Lady Hawks coming off a very tough loss Monday night against the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Lady Hawks wearing their all blue uniforms, all white uniforms, blue pants, blue pinstripes, blue lettering. Lady Senators in their black uniforms, maroon pants, maroon lettering, and white trim. Martin on the mound for the Lady Hawks. Britton behind the plate as they're getting ready for the final pitch in this warm-up. Coming to you live once again from the Graveyard at Clinton High School. As Britton fires it to second to Lalou. Lalou picks up, and she'll give it over to Lawson. Lawson will get it back to the pitcher for the first one. Get ready for the first at-bat of the evening. Leading off for the Norris Senators is center fielder wearing number 10, Harley Taylor. Once again, we're coming to you live from the Graveyard, getting ready for the first pitch. You will also see during this game that we have the high school game being played in the bottom corner. Between innings, we will have the high school game being played in the bottom corner. That was on me. The first pitch, I wasn't able to see them, but we'll see when he calls right here. It looked like it was a swing and a miss, but we'll see. High ball, I see a first ball, but I'm going to wait and see what the umpire says for the count. Right now we have 1 ball, no strikes. Umpire hasn't given the signal, so right now we're going to say 1 ball, no strikes. Martin with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed for another strike, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike count. Waiting on him to get the signal looks like 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Wind blowing towards left field here. Martin waiting on the signal. The windup in the pitch. Lined foul down the third base line and into the Lady Hawk dugout for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. We'll keep giving you updates as we get them from Scott High School, where the Lady Dragons are playing the Scott Lady Highlanders right now, tied at 1 in the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Senators work the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Taylor up to bat. You got Taylor up to bat. Patrick and Wilson due up in this inning for the Lady Senators. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, she's going to walk. First walk, first batter of the night for the Lady Senators. I'll keep up my stats up as well. Tessa Patrick, wearing number 98, due up next for the Lady Senators. Runner on first, nobody out. Martin gets her signal. The pitch. Outside, ball 1, good stop. She's going to try to throw her out at second. It's thrown in time, but she gets in there safe. So now you got a runner at second, nobody out, and a 1-0 count. One ball, no strikes here with runner in scoring position for the Lady Senators. Martin with the pitch. Swung on, missed, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Runner does not try to steal third. One ball, 1 strike. It's number 98, the second batter of the evening for the Senators. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul tip, back to the fence, strike 2. Martin ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Martin gets her signal. The windup in the pitch. High, gets away. Runner will advance to third without a throw. Now it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. 2 balls, 2 strikes now here in the top of the first inning. No outs. Martin with the windup. The pitch. Foul tipped for strike number 2 still. Britton couldn't hold on to that one, or it would have been strike 3 in the first out of the inning. Update from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons have taken the lead in the top of the third 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me. A wild pitch scored the last run. Lindley Atkins up to bat. Right here, it's 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Popped her up. Third base and pitcher calling for it. Martin squeezes it for the first out of the inning. So now you got a runner on third and 1 out. Wilson up to bat next, wearing number 3 for the Lady Senators. Runner at third, 1 out. We'll give you periodic updates. Here's the first pitch. Low, ball 1. Show you what I mean right now. There, you can now see what the score is over there at Clinton, or over there at Scott High School. 2-1. Now we're waiting on the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Now it's a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. To the third batter of the evening. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Runner at third and 1 out. Two balls, 1 strike. Martin with the pitch. Fouled back. Now it's a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third, the pitch. Grounded to first, back underneath the glove. So a runner will score on the error right there to get a runner at third. To get a runner at first now and a 1-0 score. Armstrong up to bat next for the Lady Senators. 1 out, runner at first. 1-0 your score. Martin on the mound. Fouled over the dugout for the Clinton Lady Hawks. Strike number 1. Update from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons have now taken a 3-1 lead in the top of the third. Right now it's 1-0 Lady Senators. Here's the pitch. Line towards second, underneath Lawson's glove, and it will get to the outfield. Picked up by the by center fielder. She's going to try to fire it into home. They're going to try to run. She wasn't paying attention to second. Possibly could have gotten it out at second. So it's a single, and she goes to second. So it's a single, and she goes to second on the throw. First hit of the game for the Lady Senators. And they got 2 on in scoring position. Two on, 1 out. Martin with the pitch. Overhead, good stop by Britton for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Martin on the mound for the Lady Hawks. The 1-0. Popped up going towards left center field. It will land. 1 run will score all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score. She's going to run into second. Stand up, 2 RBI double for the Lady Senators. Makes your score now 3-0. The first pitch. Foul back into the net, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As you can see up at Scott High School right now, the score is 4-0, or 4-1 now for the Lady Dragons. Runner at second, one out here at the Graveyard. The pitch popped up, going towards shallow center field, will be underneath the glove of the center fielder. She's going to pick it up. They're going to send the runner home. It's going to score 1 run on the error right there. So now the score is 4-0. Number 26 up to bat for the Lady Senators. 4-0 your score here in the top of the first inning. Lady Hawks on the mound. 4-0 your score. 1 out, runner on second. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Lady Hawks had the count, no balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Runner thought about going. No one covering second base. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wind blowing towards left field. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2. Martin ahead in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 1 out. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the evening for Martin. Number 8 up to bat next for the Lady Senators. Unthank. 4-0 your score. 2 outs. Runner at second. Little low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Lady Hawks trying to get out of this inning to see what they can do on offense for the first time. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. On the outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Lady Senators will be batting 10 players in this game. Lady Hawks will be batting 9. Here's the 1-1. Grounded towards the shortstop. Fielded by Lalou. Lalou over to first, grounds it. Not in time, and the runner will advance to third on the infield single. Or the fielder's choice, excuse me. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. 4-0 your score. As the first lefty of the night comes up for the Lady Senators. Here's the pitch. She grounds it toward shortstop, fielded by Lalou. Lalou over to first, in time for out number 3. So the runner does not score. Midway through the first, your score here at the Graveyard. Norris Senators 4, Lady Hawks 0. We'll be back with the top of the second, or in the bottom of the first after this, but you will be watching Clinton Lady Dragons softball during the intermission. Welcome back to Clinton Hawks softball here, Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. Coming to you live from the graveyard. Caroline Jones wearing number 9 leading off for the Clinton Hawks. Clinton Hawks trailing 4-0. Back in action here. Jones bunts it. Soft bunt to third. Third to first in time for out number 1. Nice little try right there, but it was a bunt out for it was a throw out 5-3 if you're scoring at home. Next up for the Lady Hawks will be Mackenzie Lawson wearing number 26. That was Caroline Jones wearing number 9 that bunted ground out to third base. Here's the pitch. Lined in the gap. Good hit right there, Lawson, for the first hit of the game for the Lady Hawks. Runner at first, 1 out. As Hadley Martin comes up wearing number 34, the starting pitcher for the Lady Hawks. So we got a pitcher-pitcher duel right here in the bottom of the first inning. Number 21 in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. Martin with the pitch. She pops it up. Will it land? No. Third will squeeze, and Lawson stays on first. So that was a P5 if you're scoring at home. Third base has got 2 outs so far in this inning. As number 21 comes up to bat next, bunch for the Lady Hawks. Lawson on first, bunch up to bat. First pitch, over her head, ball 1. Update from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons lead 4-2 as they go to the top of the 4th inning. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. High, ball 2. Bunch ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Lawson stands on first. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Now it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Grounded, foul down the third base line and out of play. Strike 2. We failed to mention after the Cumberland Gap game, our player of the game was Mackenzie Lawson for her 1 hit in the game against Cumberland Gap in the tough loss that was 6-0 Monday night. Right now it's 4-0 Norris. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Grounded, foul. Bunch keeps the inning alive. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bunch at the plate. Lawson on first. The pitch. Check swing, but it was in the dirt. She did not go. So now it's a 3-ball, 2 strike count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lawson at first. Bunch at the plate. Weaver in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-2. High, ball 4. So we got runners on first and second now with 2 outs. A walk issued a bunch as Lola Weaver comes up to bat next for the Lady Hawks. Going in the deck circle is Beeler wearing number 3. 2 on, 2 out. Lady Hawks trailing by 4 here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch to Weaver. Taken for a strike right down the heart of the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Foul back into the netting for strike 2. Weaver down to her last strike at the bottom of the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lawson on first, Lawson on second. Bunch on first, Weaver at the plate. Here's the 0-2. Ball 1. It was almost in the batter's box, and catcher tried to frame it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. So Lady Hawks strand 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 Lady Hawks left on base. We'll be back with the top of the second here on Dragon Vision as you watch the Clinton Lady Dragons take on Scott Highlanders, courtesy of Ronnie Atkins and Game Changer. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. Your score as we enter the top of the first inning, or top of the second inning, 4-0 in favor of the Senators. Here's the first pitch, grounded towards first, backhanded by Martin, over to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice little 1-3 put out for Martin. Leadoff batter number 10 coming up to bat. She walked and scored a run in the first inning. Update from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons lead 4-2 in the top of the fourth. Right here it is 4-0 in favor of the Lady Senators. Pitch for Martin. Bunts it down the line and it will land foul for strike number 1. That was a good idea by number 10 to try to bunt that one down, but it curved just foul. Now it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Wind barely blowing out in center field. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, top of the second inning. The 0-1 pitch. Bunts it up to Martin. Martin fields it cleanly over to first. Not in time, though. Infield single for number 10. She's been on base now twice. As number 98 comes up to bat, she popped out to the pitcher in her first at bat. Runner at first, 1 out. Martin on the mound, and Britton behind the plate. '98 steps in the batter's box. Martin ready for the pitch. Inside, tries to steal second, thrown in time, and they're out on the throw. Britton to the shortstop to get the second out of the inning. Nice little throw out right there from Raylan Britton to get out number 2. And it's a 1 ball, no strike count. So no one on anymore for the Lady Senators. Martin ready for the 1-0 pitch. Called strike right down the middle, strike 1. Now it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 4-0 your score here at the Graveyard, home of the Clinton Lady Hawks. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Lady Hawks looking to sit down all 3 in a row. Here's the 1-1. Grounded foul, make it a 1 ball, 2 strike count. One ball, 2 strikes for the Lady Senators. Second batter of that bat, and the ball bounces and hits her. So she's gonna be on first now. Runner on first, 2 outs. A new rule I wasn't aware of. If it hits, regardless if it bounces, the runner will be credited with a hit by pitch. First pitch, foul back for strike number 1. Runner on first, 2 outs. Nothing the score. The pitch from Martin. Called strike right down the middle. So now it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Entering the bottom of the 4th over at Scott High School. Lady Dragons lead 4-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Martin. Low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first. Number 3 at the plate. She reached on an error. Called strike 3 looking. Lady Hawks give up no runs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 Lady Senator left on base. While you take a look at the Clinton Lady Dragons taking on Scott Highlanders, we will be back with Clinton Lady Hawks softball here in just a few minutes from the graveyard. Welcome back to Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. Your score as we enter the bottom of the 2nd inning. Lady Senators 4, Lady Hawks 0. Leading off is Beeler for the Lady Hawks. First pitch. Swung on, missed, strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Beeler at the plate for the Lady Dragons wearing number 3, or Lady Hawks. Lady Hawks in their all white uniforms, blue pants, blue pinstripes. Here's the pitch. Popped up towards third, clean fielding by 3. So a P5 if you're scoring at home for the first out of the inning. Next up is Maria Lalou for the Lady Hawks, wearing number 83 and playing shortstop tonight. First pitch. Taken for a strike right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike to Lalou. Here's the 0-1. Popped her up. That one's going towards shallow. That's going towards deep center field. She gets underneath it, squeezes for the out. So an F8 if you are scoring at home. It looked like it was going to be a shallow fly, but the wind carried it, what little wind there is, to almost dead center field. Now, Ray Britton coming up to bat next, wearing number 8 for the Lady Hawks, the starting catcher. Two outs here, bottom of the 2nd inning. Lady Hawks trailing by 4. Here's the pitch. Check swing, did not go, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. After 4 at Scott High School, the Lady Dragons lead 4-2. Here's the second pitch. Swung on and missed on that one for strike number 1. That's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Britton at the plate for the Lady Hawks. That pitch a little outside for ball number 2. Now we got a 2 ball, 1 strike count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Britton down to her last strike. Bottom of the second inning, 4-0. Your score in favor of Norris. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. She fouled that one, chopped that one to keep the at-bat alive. Still 2 ball, 2 strike count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Britton back in the batter's box. The 2-2. She swung on and missed for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. No Lady Hawks left on base. After 2, your score 4-0. But pay attention to Dragon Vision as we play the Clinton Dragons against Scott right now, courtesy of Ronnie Atkins and Game Changer. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. We turned off the camera to the softball game as it looks like the camera has frozen, and now it actually looks like it might have come back. We'll pull it back up here in just a few minutes between the innings, but right now we're going to pull it back real quick. It is the top of the 5th. Lady Hawks have the lead 4-2 with a runner at second, which is Lindley Atkins, and a 2 ball, no strike count to Sarah Bishop. Right back here at the Graveyard, your score 4-0 in the top of the 3rd in favor of the Norris Senators. Armstrong up to bat next for the Lady Warriors, or Lady Senators, excuse me, leading 4-0. Shade covering the Graveyard now. Here comes the 1-0, or the first pitch. It's going to be popped up to center. Center fielder almost overran it. Good catch right there. 1 pitch, 1 out. F8 if you are scoring at home. Center fielder tried to overrun that, but she caught herself just in time and was able to make a nice little hop catch in a little bit deep center field. Senators back in the batter's box. 1 out here, top of the 3rd inning. First pitch. She swung on and missed for number 44 for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out as the Senators step back in the batter's box. The 0-1. Called inside, ball 1. That's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Our next live Dragon Vision broadcast with announcers will be Monday night, coming to you live from here at the Graveyard. NFHS will be bringing you a game tomorrow night. That one is ball 2. NFHS will bring you a game tomorrow night. It will be between the Cumberland Gap Panthers and your Clinton Dragons in soccer, coming to you live from Dragon Stadium. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Martin on the mound and Britton behind the plate. Called strike 2. Nice little curve right there by Martin to make it now a 2 ball, 2 strike count. First out of this inning was a fly out to deep center. Now we'll see how number 44 does behind or even in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin gets the signal. 44 back in the batter's box. The windup in the pitch. Grounded it, fouled off her body, but there. Now they call it a foul. They hadn't called it a foul first, but now he calls it a foul. It bounced off her arm. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Martin with the pitch. High ball 3. Senators work the count full now. Update from Scott High School. Still top of the 5th, and now it's 6-2 in favor of the Lady Dragons. Back here at the Graveyard is 4-0 Norris over your Clinton Lady Hawks. 3 ball, 2 strike. The pitch popped her up and will be out of play and off the top of the press box for strike. Still a 3 ball, 2 strike count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 44 up to bat for the Lady Senators. Here's the pitch. Foul back into this fence this time. Still 3 ball, 2 strike count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 44 up to bat. Leadoff batter flew out to deep center field here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 3-2 pitch. Popped out, and this time off the fence, off the pole for strike number 2 still. Good battle right here between 44 and the pitcher Martin. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 44 back in the batter's box. Martin on the mound. The windup in the pitch. Called strike 3. Martin strikes her out looking. Great pitch right there by Martin for that second out, for the second out of the inning. Now we got number 4 up to bat for the Lady Senators. 2 outs here, top of the 3rd. First out was a flyout. Second out was a strikeout looking. The pitch nearly hits her. Get away. No harm, no foul. Ball 1. Update from Scott. The score is now 7-2 in favor of the Lady Dragons in the top of the 5th inning. They have a doubleheader tonight from Scott High School. We will give you updates from both games. The 1-0 pitch for Martin. Popped her up. Center fielder going back. She tracks it down. 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Hawks. We'll be right back here with the bottom of the 3rd inning after this. But until then, you will be watching Clinton Lady Dragons softball courtesy of Ronnie Atkins and Game Changer. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. Coming to you live from the graveyard. Your score 4-0 in favor of the Lady Hawks as Hicks comes up to bat for her first at bat for the Lady Hawks. Rayleigh Hicks is up and here in the bottom of the third inning, trailing 4-0. It's a no ball, 1 strike count. She fouled the first pitch off. Now it's a no ball, 2 strike count as she swung and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Score now 8-2 over at Scott High School in favor of your Lady Dragons. Here's the 0-2. And the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Popped it foul and into the net for strike 2 still. Hicks keeping the at-bat alive. It should be top of the order due up after Hicks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, looking on a delayed call from the umpire. Leading off, or no, now we're back at the top of the lineup for round 2 for the Lady Hawks as Caroline Jones is up to bat. Here's the pitch. She lines out. She turned on that one, but a little bit too far as it goes into the net down the third base line. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Jones up to bat and Lawson in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. Swung and a miss, foul tip for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. High, ball 1. Now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Update on Game Changer. Your score now is 9-2 in favor of the Lady Dragons. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. That one called ball by the catcher, or by the home plate umpire. That was very close, but it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Want to give a shout out to Ronnie Atkins, who's streaming the game from Huntsville tonight as the Lady Dragons take on Scott in a doubleheader. That one's low and away, ball 3. So Jones has worked the count now full after falling behind 0-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jones at the plate and Lawson in the on-deck circle. The 3-2. She pops that one to a short right field. Over the glove of the right fielder. Jones is going to run into second. She's going to round second. She's going to try to make it all the way to third. She makes it to third. Stand-up triple by Jones. First extra base hit for the Lady Hawks tonight. I almost called them Lady Dragons because that hit looked like some of them they've been making. Mackenzie Lawson coming up to bat next for the Lady Dragons. Runner on in scoring position and 1 out. She had a single in her first at bat. Here's the pitch. She lines that one just foul. Jones behind the count now. No balls, 1 strike. Once again, our next live broadcast for Dragon Vision will be Monday night, coming to you here for softball. We'll also be back here Tuesday for softball. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. We'll be here Monday night for Clinton Lady Hawks softball and here Tuesday night for Clinton Lady Dragons softball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Foul or struck to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Thrown to first in time for the out, but an RBI fielder's choice for Lawson makes now the score 4-1. Martin up to bat next for the Lady Hawks, trailing now 4-1. No more shutout on the board. Here's the pitch. Over her helmet, ball 1. Martin at the plate for the Lady Hawks, trailing now 4-1 in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2. Now it's a 2 ball, no strike count. Bottom of the third inning, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Lady Hawks got on the board via triple by Jones and a fielder's choice by Lawson. Called strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Lined to second, but the error by second puts a runner on first now. Martin makes it all the way to first. So now you got a runner at first and 2 outs. As Hadley Bunch comes up to bat next for the Lady Hawks. She would be followed up by Lola Weaver. Update from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons now lead 10-2. Here's the first pitch to Bunch, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike for the Lady Hawks. Lady Senators pitching, leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Grounded towards third. Off the third glove. She will not throw. Infield single will give that one to Bunch. Now you got runners on first and second as Lola Weaver comes up to bat next with 2 outs. Time called so the catcher can come talk to her pitcher and the rest of the infield, trying to calm her pitcher down. 4-1 your score. Lady Hawks cut the deficit from 4-0 to 4-1 earlier in this inning, leading off with a triple by Jones, and then a fielder's choice for Lawson got Jones home. Lola Weaver stepping into the batter's box now for the Lady Hawks. First pitch, outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out for the Lady Hawks. 1 ball, no strikes. Waiting on the pitch. Swung on and missed. She swung underneath that one for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That pitch, hitters. Now you got bases loaded for the Lady Hawks. Bottom of the third, bases loaded. As Weaver stretches that one out, not sure where she got hit. But as she stretches out, we're going to cut it over to Lady Dragons softball right here so you can see the action. Score now, top of the 5th. Lady Dragons lead 11-2. They have 2 on and 2 out. We're going to stick with this one right now as Weaver walks off after getting hit by a pitch. Try to give you a little bit of play-by-play coming from Huntsville to give you some updates on what's going on there. 13-2 now, the score for the Lady Dragons. Lady Dragons look to get ready to improve to 10-3 on the season. 10-3-1 exactly, as Weaver keeps trying to walk it off to make sure she's going to stretch out her back. Weaver, a tough little player for the Lady Hawks right here. She's standing on first. She wants to keep going, talking to the coaches, sending the coaches away. Weaver will be sending the coaches away, so Weaver's back, standing on first base. And we'll switch back to the action here at the graveyard as we have bases loaded here, full of Lady Dragons. As Beeler comes up to bat wearing number 3. Bases full of Lady Hawks, full of Lady Hawks. First pitch, she pops that one up to short outfield. Will it land? Good diving catch right there by the second base to get the 3rd out of the inning. Have to give her credit there. Good diving catch. Ends a bases loaded jam for the Lady Hawks. So 1 run for the Lady Hawks makes the score now 4-1. We'll be back at the top of the 4th, but until then, pay attention to Ronnie Atkinson, game changer here for the Clinton Dragons versus Scott. Welcome back. Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. An update from Huntsville. The Lady Dragons now lead the Scott Highlanders by a score of 14-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Lady Hawks just cut into the deficit. Now it's 4-1. Here's the bunt attempt. She will bunt it right to third base. Picked up by Weaver. Weaver over to first, just past the outstretched glove of Lawson. It's going to get to the outfield though, so she off that error, she rounds second. Will get all the way to third as she fires it into Lawson. Lawson holds it and gets it back to Martin. So an error puts the runner at third now with no outs. Top of the 4th inning. As we try to get some action going back here, some video back on Game Changer. There we go. There's the video showing 14-2 the score in the top of the 4th, or top of the 5th over at Scott. Here's the pitch. She grounds it towards first, but foul. Strike one. 4-1 your score here, top of the 4th in favor of the Norris Senators. Once again, we'll be back in action here Monday night for Clinton Lady Hawks softball and Tuesday night for Clinton Lady Dragons softball. NFHS will be live tomorrow night as the Clinton soccer team will take on Cumberland Gap. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Now the Lady Hawks ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Good stop by Britton, though. Now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Martin gets back in the circle. 8 gets back in the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch. She pops it up. Lawson going back for it. Squeezes, makes the out. She's going to try to throw her out at third, but she gets back in time. Good catch right there by Lawson to get out number 1 of the inning. And Lawson tried to get it to Weaver fast enough to get a tag out for a double play. 4-1 your score, top of the 4th, and now 1 out for the Lady Senators. The pitch. She turns that one. It goes over the shortstop's head. Third base will score. Now your score is 5-1 on the RBI single for the Lady Senators. 5-1 now your score. They put the lead back to 4, which is where it was after the top of the 3rd. Now it's the top of the 4th, and your score 5-1. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Britton thought about throwing it back to first, but does not try the back pick. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. Martin on the mound, Britton behind the plate. The 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Britton still fakes the back pick. Now it's a 2 ball, no strike count. Two balls, no strikes. Martin back in the circle. The 2-0 pitch. Grounded to Lawson. Lawson fields it cleanly. Thrown to first. Good move right there for out number 2. Two outs now. 5-1 your score here. And they're going to the bottom of the 5th inning at Scott High School with the Lady Dragons leading now 16-2. Martin with the pitch. Bunt foul for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike here at the Graveyard. She bunts that one. Foul. Britton takes a dive trying to catch that, but it was just out of her arm length. Now it's a no ball, 2 strike count. No balls, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 4th inning on Dragon Vision from the graveyard. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Martin looking to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. She bunts it right to Martin. Martin fields it cleanly, thrown to first in timeout number 3. Good job right there. Martin to the first baseman for out number 3. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 Lady Senator left on base. We'll be back here with the bottom of the 4th on Dragon Vision, but until then, you can watch, courtesy of Ronnie Atkinson Game Changer, the Lady Dragons take on Scott. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawk Softball here on Dragon Vision. Your score here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Norris Senators 5, Lady Hawks 1. Maria Lalou leading off for the Lady Hawks, leading 5-1. Head coach heading over to third base for the Lady Hawks as Lalou warms up and now steps in the batter's box. 5-1 your score here. Here's the pitch. She pops that one up. Over second base. It lands. Little blooper for a single for Lalou. Raylan Britton stepping into the batter's box for the Lady Hawks. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch. Take it on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Britton now even in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Ray Britton up to bat. Reached for that one just a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. The pitch. Outside, ball 2. Britton now back even in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Britton back in the batter's box. The 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Britton sits down for the first out of the inning. So now we got a runner on first and 1 out. Riley Hicks, the number 9 batter, coming up for the Lady Hawks, wearing number 6. Waiting on the video feed. There's the video feed back from Scott High School. Score now 16-2. Ball gets away, and Lalou goes to second. Ball 1, and now a runner at second and 1 out. Hicks, Jones, and Lawson, the next 3 up for the Lady Hawks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter, called strike either way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Hicks. Swung on and missed, but it gets away for strike number 2, and the runner will advance. No, they called it a foul. I didn't think that one hit. I thought it just went off her glove, but they called it a foul. So we still have a runner at second now in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And a final from Scott High School. The Lady Dragons win 16-2 in 5 innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Dragons are getting ready to take on Scott now in the second game of the doubleheader. We will bring you that game as soon as it starts. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Norris. And we'll bring up Caroline Jones. She had a triple in her last at-bat. She had a triple in her last at-bat and scored the lone run for the Lady Hawks. Runner at first, the runner at second, 2 outs. Jones with the pitch. She pops that one up and well out of play past the dugout for strike number 1. Behind the press box, actually, for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. That one looked a little bit further outside, but they're going to call it a strike either way. Jones now down to her last strike, and possibly the last strike for the Hawks in this inning. The pitch, she grounds that one foul down the first base line. Still no ball, 2-strike count. Lawson on deck, Jones at the plate. Once again, Jones had a triple in her last at-bat and was scored on a fielder's choice by Lawson. Another one of those will make the score 5-2. Here comes the pitch. She lines that one underneath the second baseman's head. 1 run will score might score for the Lady Hawks. Not going to call it too early. Yes, 1 run will score. RBI single and thrown past the second baseman, so she gets in on the throw. So an RBI single, and now she stands at second now. Your score 5-2. As Mackenzie Lawson comes up to bat next for the Lady Hawks. Lawson had a fielder's choice in her last at bat and scored Jones, who stands on second right now. She grounds that one to the first base. Will go off first base, a fair ball. Jones comes around third and scores. We'll see, or did they send her back to third? We'll see. They called it a foul ball. It hit the first base, but they called it a foul. They're going to send Jones all the way back to second. They're going to send Jones back to second. They called it a foul ball, but it hit the base. So your score is now 5-2 here with what I believe is a no ball, 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Now it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 5-2 your score. Good hit right there by Lawson, but they called it a foul, or the score would be 5-3 right now. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. She ends up fouling that one. That time it was foul. Still no ball, 2-strike count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Lawson. She popped that one, and it will land. Still no ball, 2-strike count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-2 your score. Waiting on the second game from Scott to start. Ball 1. Lawson now still behind the count, but now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-2 your score, no win to show of. Here's the pitch. She pops that one towards second, fielded cleanly, thrown over to first in timeout number 3. Lady Hawks score 1. So Lady Hawks strand 1. We're about to go to the top of the 5th inning with your score 5-2 in favor of the Lady Senators on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. Top of the 5th inning, Lady Hawks trailing 5-2. Norris Lady Senators up to bat. Martin on the mound, Britton behind the plate for the Lady Hawks. Here is the first pitch of the inning. In the dirt, gets to the backstop, no harm, no foul, ball 1. Still waiting on game 2 of the doubleheader to begin at Scott High School, so we can have that game going for you as well. Lady Dragons won the first game 16-2, improving their record to 10-3 on the season, if I'm not mistaken. Here comes the one. It might be 9-3. I'll double check. That one hits her, so she will be at first now with nobody out in the top of the 5th. As Wilson comes up to bat wearing number 3 for the Lady Senators. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, missed on a golf swing for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Second one's popped up in foul territory. Now it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Runner at first, nobody out for Norris. Norris leading 5-2. I guess they're saying that was a foul ball by Lawson earlier because it hit the orange part of the bag at first, which is in foul territory. Although that does count as safe if they're running to first on a hit. Here's the pitch. Lined. Caught by Lawson. She's going to double her up. Oh, it would have been a double up, but she dropped it at first. Should have been a double up right there. Good job by Lawson. First base just couldn't squeeze that one. Now we got 1 out and a runner at first. Runner at first, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. The first pitch coming to the new batter. She chops it. It will land fair just over third base Weaver's head. Runners now at first and second with 1 out. Still waiting. Now the next game looks like it's getting ready to start for the Lady Dragons at Scott High School in the second of the doubleheader. Five-2 score here at the Graveyard in favor of the Senators. Your Clinton Lady Hawks wearing their white uniforms, blue pants, blue pinstripe, and lettering. Here's the pitch. It will hit her, so now it's going to be bases loaded for the Lady Senators. First time they've had bases loaded tonight and 1 out. As Unthink comes up to bat for the Lady Senators. First pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. Britton doesn't have to worry about the runner at third or anything. She won't take off with bases loaded. Second pitch, low in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out with bases loaded. Force out at any plate or any base for the Lady Hawks. Lady Dragons actually have a 10-3 record. Now it's 11-3. Here's the 1-1. Popped up, going towards right center or left center field. It will land and 1 hop the wall. 1 run will score. She's going to try to throw it in. A second run will score. Now they're going to try to get a 3rd run home. Britton will tag the 3rd runner out. So now 2 runs score, but now there's also 2 outs on that double. Two outs, 7-2 the score, and a runner at second. I guess they're trying to figure out if there may have been interference or anything on there, but there's 2 outs now, 7-2 the score. Trying to see what's going on here, what the umpires are discussing. They're trying, looks like they might be trying to figure out if there was some kind of interference, but we're not sure. I'm not going to speculate on what they're talking about, but there right now are 2 outs and a 7-2 score. Home plate is talking over to the third base, and now they're going to walk over to the Norris side to talk to the coach over at Norris. That might be out number 3 as Britton goes to talk to Martin and the rest of the infield, including Weaver. They're talking to the third base coach right now. 7-2 is the score right now. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Lady Hawks trailing by 5, largest lead of the night for the Lady Senators as action resumes in Huntsville with the Lady Dragons getting ready to take her on. They are actually the home team in this second. They are the home team in this second game, as now the umpire wants to go discuss what he just discussed with Norris over with the Clinton sideline. Looks like the head coach for Clinton is actually she's okay with whatever they're discussing right now. I don't think they're going to call the third out. They are going to keep the second out, but I don't think they're going to call the third out. So they're going to resume play with now 2 outs here and a runner at second. 7-2 the score, as the Lady Dragons are pitching in the top of the first inning over at Huntsville. Since it is a doubleheader, they are switching who is home and who is away between games. Martin on the mound here, trailing 7-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. No ball, 1 strike. Top of the 5th inning here. Lady Hawks trailing by 5. We'll see if they can get some runs going in the bottom of the 5th inning, but they need to get out of this inning right here. No balls, 1 strike. Martin with the pitch. Foul back. Now Martin ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3 to end the inning. Lady Senators score 2. We're going to turn the action over to Game Changer and Ronnie Atkins so you can watch what's happening in Huntsville as the Lady Dragons take on the Lady Highlanders of Scott High School. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawk softball here on Dragon Vision, coming to you live from the graveyard here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Lady Hawks trailing 5-2. Martin at the plate. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Lady Senators put 2 across the plate in the last inning, extending their lead to 5. They were lead 4-0. Then it was 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, and now 7-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Martin. Martin up to bat with Bunch in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Low ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Once again, our next live playing action will be Monday night for Lady Hawk softball and Tuesday night for Lady Dragon softball. NFHS will have the game tomorrow night for soccer. Here's the pitch. That was a little low, but they're going to call strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes as Martin gets back in the batter's box. Here's the 2-2. Grounded right to the pitcher, off her glove, and it will get into short outfield before it is recovered. Martin with an infield single. Thought about going to second, but she's going to go back to first after the throw. Hadley Bunch up to bat next for the Lady Hawks, and Lola Weaver in the on-deck circle. Martin on first, the pitch. She pops that one into left field. Left fielder's underneath it. She's backing up to the warning track. Over her head, off her glove, up to the fence. Martin will go to second on the error by the left fielder. Now you got 2-1, no out, as Lola Weaver comes up to bat for the Lady Hawks. Weaver in the batter's box. Martin on second. Bunch on first. The pitch. Late call for strike 1 on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. 7-2 your score. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Late call. That one was a frame job to get that strike. So that was a strike 2 now. Good framing from the catcher right there, because I didn't see that. I didn't see that one as a strike, but nonetheless, it is no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Weaver. She fouls that one back into the net for still 0-ball, 2 strike count. Then you got Beeler in the on-deck circle. Martin at second, Bunch at first, Weaver at the plate, and Beeler in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-2. And the dirt, ball 1. Up to date, Scott leads 1-0 now going into the bottom of the 1st inning. Lady Dragons, an infield fly rule called, lands in between them all. Infield fly call, and no one will be out, so it's bases loaded. Actually, they're going to call a time, or they're calling time. Is she out because it's infield fly rule? No, they're going to let it go. Infield fly rule, they do call her out because of the infield fly. So we do have a runner at third now with 1 out. Infield fly rule gets Lola Weaver out, but puts runners at second and third as Beeler comes up to bat. Lalou in the on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch to Beeler. She pops that one into short outfield. Center fielder backing up. Squeezes, makes the out, and there will be a tag coming to home. Throw is offline, and now you got 7-3 your score with a runner at third and 2 outs. Lady Hawks now down by 4 as Malia Lalou comes up to bat. Lalou up to bat, and Raylan Britton in the on-deck circle. 7-3 your score. Here's the pitch. She pops that one up sky high. Second base calling for it. Gets underneath it, squeezes for out number 3. So 7-3 your score after the 5th inning. We will be back here with the top of the 6th inning in just a few moments. But until then, continue watching Game Changer as the Lady Dragons take on Highlanders, courtesy of Ronnie Atkins. foul ball to open the top of the 6th inning. Lady Hawks trailing 7-3. Actually, it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Looks like 1 ball, 1 strike. I'll make sure that's it. Because I didn't pay attention. This won't matter. This one's a pop-up. Shortstop calling for it. Squeeze for out number 1. Nice little out right there by Malia Lulu for the first out of the inning. 3 pitches for 1 out. As number 28 comes up to bat for the Senators, leading 7-3. She steps in the batter's box. Martin on the mound for the Lady Hawks. The first pitch. High ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll give you updates from Huntsville as we get them. Right now, the score up there is 1-0 Scott, and we're in the bottom of the first with the Lady Dragons batting. Here is top of the 6th with the Lady Senators batting, leading 7-3. That pitch called a little bit outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Martin with the 2-0. That was low and away for ball 3, so 3 straight thrown by Martin. 7-3 your score, top of the 6th inning, and what very well could be the last inning of play in this game. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Martin on the mound, the 3-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Now Martin works the count full. 3 balls, 1 strike. She does not work the count full. It is 3 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch for Martin. Foul back. Now the count is officially full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 7-3 the score at Clinton High School at the Graveyard. Lights glowing in the outfield. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Big strikeout right there by Martin is the out number 2. So the first 2 up and down for the Lady Senators in this inning. As number 6 comes up to bat for the Lady Senators. A couple changes it looks like about to be made. And as those are being made, we're going to switch over to Lady Dragons softball. 1-0 your score, bottom of the first, no outs. And you've got Sarah Bishop at the plate. It's a full count over there at Scott High School. As number 6 now steps in the batter's box. We'll return to action here. Number 6 in the batter's box, and Sarah Bishop is at the plate at Scott High School with Sherwood standing on second. Right now there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 7-3 your score. Martin behind the mound, 6 at the plate. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Good stop by Britton. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Bishop was out in that last at bat, and it'll bring up Lindley Atkins in the bottom of the first over at Huntsville. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Weaver going for it. Makes a great catch right there. Lola Weaver. It's one of the best catches I've seen this season. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one on base. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Senators as now the Lady Hawks get ready to come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing by 4. Until then, continue watching Game Changer action courtesy of Ronnie Atkins. Welcome back. Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. First pitch to number 8 for the Lady Hawks is a called strike 1. Lady Hawks trailing 7-3. That is Ray Britton up to bat. Here's the second pitch. She fouls that one out of the glove for strike number 2. Britton up to bat 0-2 on the night. She'll be followed up by Riley Hicks and then the top of the lineup with Caroline Jones. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Britton still behind the count, but now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. She chased that one in the dirt for strike number 3. So now there's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th as Riley Hicks comes up to bat next for the Lady Hawks. Once again, she'll be followed up by Caroline Jones and then Mackenzie Lawson. First pitch. High and inside, ball 1. Hicks ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes, the pitch. That one's outside, but framed well for strike number 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning here at the Graveyard. Here's the pitch to Hicks. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Hicks behind the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Update from Scott. Lady Dragons now lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 1st. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Hicks steps back in the batter's box. The 1-2. A little bit low for ball 1, or ball 2, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, down by 4. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts to open the 6th inning for the Lady Hawks. Caroline Jones, who could be one of our players of the game, we got a few of them options. She scored a run and had an RBI in this game. 7-3, your score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mackenzie Lawson in the on-deck circle. Jones grounds that one to first. It will go off her glove. Another infield single for Caroline Jones. Put her at first with 2 outs and will bring up Lawson. Mackenzie Lawson up to bat. Next, we're number 26. Caroline Jones stands on first. And the pitcher Martin in the on-deck circle. Here comes the first pitch. Late strike call for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike now, and 2 outs. Pitch to Lawson. A little further away that time, called ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch. That one way outside for ball number 2. Lawson now ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two, 1 count. The pitch to Lawson. She pops that one. It will land on the line. That is a fair ball. Lawson's going to round first. She's going to try to make it to second. A double for Lawson. Now puts 2 on in scoring position and 1 out. Martin up to bat next. Down by 4. 2 on in scoring position. Bunch in the on-deck circle. The first pitch. And the dirt, good stop by the catcher, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Martin back in the batter's box. The 1-0. That one in the dirt, ball 2. Martin now ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Martin back in the batter's box. She lines that one through the legs of the first baseman. 1 run will score. Lawson rounding third. She's going to try to get home. And she will make it home, though, before the third out. So right now your score is 7-5. And if that's the ball game, that will be your final score. Waiting to see what they call right here. Not sure if that was time limit or not. I'm waiting on to see if they're going to call that as the time limit. They will call that. That will be the time limit. So your final score here from the graveyard: Norris Lady Senators 7, Clinton Lady Hawks 5. We'll be back here in just a few minutes as we wrap up this game. I'm going to see if the head coach wants me to pull up a couple players for interviews after this game. But nonetheless, your final score, Norris 7, Clinton 5. We'll be right back here on Dragon Vision in just a couple of moments. But until then, watch Game Changer courtesy of Ronnie Atkins. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. I'm here with one of our players of the game, Caroline Jones. Caroline, tell me about this game and what this means to you.
I think we played really hard, and we started out not the best, but we throughout the game I think our confidence built up, and we were able to put everything aside and just go out there and play our hardest. Even though we didn't win, I think we still tried really hard, and we just worked as a team.
What have you been looking forward to this season? You're on a new field for the first time, second time this season, but the first time you've had your own field with the Lady Dragons. What does this mean to you?
I think this is grown, and I think it's taken a lot of time, but in the end this is a really nice field, and I'm glad that we get to play on it, and it just feels like home.
Talk about that team game you had. The scoreboard didn't reflect, it wasn't a win, but talk about this team game. How did the team play?
I feel like we all worked together, and we were all really encouraging, and even though we did have a couple errors, I think we put those aside, and like you said, put the score aside, and we just were all encouraging and making sure we were doing the right thing, and we just put everything aside.
Just to give you an idea, we're had over 27 views on YouTube. What do you want to say to everybody that's attended these games and it's also here tonight?
I just want to say thank you for coming out and supporting us. It means a lot, especially with this new field and just supporting that too. And I think it really boosts our confidence knowing a bunch of people are supporting us.
All right, thank you very much. I want to say thank you again to Caroline. We'll be back here in just a little bit. We're going to have another play of the game after the JV game ends. But until then, continue watching Clinton Lady Dragons against the Scott Highlanders on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Lady Dragons softball. I know it's been a few minutes. We were watching the end of the Lady Dragons game. They won their first game 16-2 and their last game 9-1. I'm here now with our second player of the game, Mackenzie Lawson. Tell me a little bit about this game and the hitting streak you've been on the last couple games.
So, basically, I've been hitting pretty good, and our teammates been hyping us up, and we've been having good energy. So that's how we've been winning these games. And I haven't been getting in my head, so that's how I've been hitting.
So what? Tell me a little bit about this team and how much this team had a game tonight. It wasn't just like you. It wasn't just Caroline, but it was a whole team effort. What is that like?
It's like all of us cheering, and if one of us strike out, we're all like supporting her and making sure she don't get down on herself. Because when one player gets down, all of them get down. So we're trying to make sure everybody's up and cheering, because if one person's not cheering, then the whole team goes down. So we're just trying to have that energy.
Well, I had some great energy. You were down at 1.4-0, ended up 7-5. It may have been a loss, but it was a very good game. Now, I think you might have done something in the JV game. I'm not sure. What was that?
So I got a home run, and then I kind of busted my lip, but it's fine.
Well, I wasn't going to mention your lip. I was just talking about the little single. I mean, the home run you hit
Oh,
over in
yeah.
the right field. So what do you want to say? So far, we've had at least 40 people view this on YouTube. We're going to have more when I upload it on Facebook. What do you want to say to everybody that wasn't just here, but the people listening at home?
You should come watch us. Yeah.
So we have another game Monday, and one thing I always do is the last one I interview, you do the sign-off. So what do you want to say to everybody to sign off and get us ready for Monday's game?
Hype us up, and yeah.
So once again, we want to say thank you for watching Clinton Lady Hawks softball here on Dragon Vision. For Matt Hagan, Mackenzie Lawson, and everybody else that helped us out. We want